Arsenal moved 6 points clear, which we did that same episode 2 weeks ago, but that's not the real story. That's not the real story. And do we want to just start with that goal, the first one? Because that's the whole match. The game changed from that point on.
Mm,
Or do
yeah,
you
I
want
will.
to start with the team?
Let's start with the team, and then we
Okay.
can touch on that because I don't think the headline necessarily is that we got robbed. It's just part of the um the downpour of issues on the day. But I didn't want you to change the thumbnail, so this is perfect. Um, yeah, we played one it was boys against men. The commentator said it. I think I was thinking it. Most people were probably thinking it. Tottenham couldn't come near us in the first half, and I don't even think we were trying. That's the scary part. I thought we were doing a training day exercise where the guys are jogging around, going at 70% capacity, and just 2 goals. Here you go, easy, and we'll make more in the second half, which has not been the case all season. Um, so as good as the first half was and how much I want to talk about it, it just doesn't fucking matter because the second half woes that we talked about, what, a month ago, 2 months ago, are still there. 80% of our goals come in the second half conceded. It's unacceptable. I don't know how you go from dominating a team to becoming dominated. And I guess I do know, but it's just, to me, it's unacceptable. A team of that stature to just roll over and not get out of second gear when the other team picks up the pace. It's like, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I'll let
Yeah,
you guys
Tottenham
talk a little bit
Tottenham were
before I keep
pathetic in that first
moaning.
half. They were terrible. I thought you guys could have had 5. Um, the only chance that comes off the top of my head that was missed was that Holland lob he tried, but like you said, Mila, it did not look like they came out of second gear. I mean, they were just cutting right through the middle of Spurs with like 3 passes. It was way too easy. Training ground, you have it spot on with how the first half looked. And then yeah, I mean, like you said, the momentum changed when they got their first goal, and yeah, they said they reviewed it, but I mean, it took less than a minute to clear that. I've seen much less get scrutinized a lot harder by VAR, regardless of the outcome. So not only did they get it wrong, but it wasn't even looked at that long. That's really where the problems start to come in. Um, so that's really tough. But and then they get an equalizer on a worldie. I mean, that's probably one of the best goals. Yeah, that's going to be the best goal Solanke scores in his career. Um, they win it off Gallagher pressing hard and winning the ball back and just putting the ball in the box, right? It's behind Solanke and he gets a piece on it. Donnarumma kept them alive in the second half.
As he does.
As he does, like you said. I mean, we have our critiques are always this on the ball. He can't claim a cross, whatever. I mean,
Fucking
he is
fantastic on the ball
class. I
day
think
too. Sorry.
the only other guy in that conversation with him is Courtois with the shot
Yeah.
stopping. I mean, it is ridiculous. So he kept them in that game, but again, a goal that should not have counted and a Puskas nominee is what takes 2 points away. So I mean, regardless of how bad that call is, it I don't think they should have been in a position to still be conceding, giving away 2 points. They could have been well clear before that moment, but it definitely has to sting from a City perspective for it to end up costing you at the end of everything, regardless of it wasn't good enough and you guys should have done more to get the 3 points. It's still not right. It's still you feel a
It's,
type of way about that.
yeah, I mean, coming from a team that I feel has strong accountability for their actions, I think this is the part where it's most frustrating. Is because, yes, these guys know they are not doing good enough in those second halves. But if we were to just lose on our own accord, it would not be nearly as painful. But 4 weeks in a row where it just seems like VAR cannot get the right choice against us. Not 4 weeks in a row or 4 games in a row, but 4 Premier League games in a row. It's one competition. Um, Handball doesn't get called against us. Debatable red card against Dallo early in the derby in a game that we're struggling in. Like, these are things that change the course of the game, and to say that they don't matter is ridiculous. I can excuse 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 or 4 throughout the season, but 4 in the span of 4 weeks is atrocious. And if it was just City, I'd probably still be complaining, but it's not just City. We watched a Matoma goal get called out the day before. Absurd. I think PGMO has been fucking atrocious. And I know I sent it to you guys that they turned off their comments after saying that they checked the VAR for the foul on
Oh yeah, those are
Guehi.
always
Like,
off. They've been off since day one. They know
ridiculous.
the drill.
Like,
They've always been scared.
why even tweet about it on a social media platform if you can't let like you don't want to face the backlash of it? Then fuck off. Don't even put that up to cover up your bullshit because they didn't check it. Let's be honest, they did not check that for a foul. That I don't know. We probably would have dropped points regardless. It might have just been different the way we've been playing, but to have it be like that is super frustrating. Pep's losing his head, our captains are losing their head. I'm at a loss of words every week, and half of it is because of the way my own team is playing in the second halves, and the second half is just I don't know how my team is supposed to compete when we're whistled differently. Holland is whistled differently than every striker in the fucking world, not even the Premier League, the world. Um, Rodri got fucking ripped to shreds this game. The same way he
Early.
did in the game where his ACL got torn, and there's no yellow cards being thrown out to protect the players, to dictate the game and the physicality. I understand the physicality has been raised, but this is so different. We're getting fouled, like menacing fouls, high up tackles to the legs, the ankles, the knees, and then when City blow on their players, it's a foul. Because if you look at the stats, they only had 3 more fouls than us. If I watch back the game though, that the level of their foul to our foul is completely different, and I don't know how they're supposed to compete at this point because they're not allowed to, is what it seems to me.
This is so similar to basketball. Like I said the 2-minute report in our text thread, but because you guys play with possession and most of your guys are like flair players, less physical players, there is a certain amount of like every other team plays you physical, and because they are the aggressors, that means that the refs don't call you the same. And the difference in the two sports is you don't get free throws for those things. And I watched Holland get
They don't even get
tackled in the box
penalties.
and didn't get a call. And he wasn't the aggressor in the situation. He was being literally hugged on a corner. And I've seen worse get called, or like way less get called on corners. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I know that you've said that it's not that first one. Guehi gets kicked in the Achilles. Solanke makes no contact with the ball. Guehi makes a great defensive play. That's a foul. And if that happens, even the commentator said it. It was this game goes from being 2-1, where Spurs are at home for the next 30 minutes or whatever it was, with momentum and can play the aggressor. And the difference in that is that happens and that happens. And then if it's 2-0, you guys see out the match. I'm actually almost guaranteeing that. And then the other portion of this is I think they know they got that wrong. That's why they put out the statement to kind of back
course.
themselves. Rodri
Yeah.
should have been off the pitch too. He should have had
No,
a second yellow. Very, very.
That's
And I
okay.
think
I don't
that's the
like
thing
that
is it's like
argument.
makeup call.
I don't like that argument of Roger should have been sent off because he's not putting in these knucklehead fucking challenges if he's not pissed off that we just got hard done by the refs.
The first tackle,
I
Nito, that comes to
understand
mind,
the
I think it was like
sentiment.
10 minutes into the game. Kolo Muani, Rodri gets rid of the ball.
Oh my
Yellow
God,
fully
card.
takes him out.
Immediate
A
yellow
second
card.
late, easy yellow. Set the
No.
tone. Like, hey, that's a stupid tackle. You're
It
not
wasn't a
trying to win the
second.
ball.
It was like
You're in
2
the book.
seconds late. It was
That sets the tone.
egregious.
This is the
But like,
issue.
if you give him a yellow for that foul, it prevents that just what
How did
seems to be
Rodri get
like an
his yellow?
avalanche effect.
And
The
then tell me
snowball
how
effect.
Rodri got his yellow.
Look, the two other offenses would have been yellows to me, but the issue is I think that they're just doing makeup calls because they got it wrong. I think they looked at the offsides. They were like, "Oh, he's on. We're gonna give it." They didn't even. I don't think they looked at it.
They're eager
I
to
don't
do
think
so
they
though.
looked. Yep.
There's a reason that they do that. Like as much as people want to say that the refs are on our side and the league is on our side, I don't understand how they can watch this, how they can look at 115 fucking cases on our head top and come up with this bullshit to satisfy their propaganda for why their team can't fucking win a title. And if this is how their team needs to win a title, then that's fucking fine by me, but I will not let you forget about it. Um,
It,
yeah,
it's just
that's
ugly
yeah.
viewing experience. That's what this season has been from a refereeing perspective, and that's across all games because this is not the first time. It won't be the last time, and there's been about 30 or 40 other matches this season where a ref's decision or a VAR decision, which I think is objectively then just wrong, has affected the outcome of a match. That was the difference between all 3 points and no points or 1 point. We've seen games like the you were just talking about, the Everton Brighton game. That's the difference between all 3 points for Brighton and Everton scraping by with the last second winner. It's garbage. It really is. The product this season from that perspective is garbage, and they allow some teams to play super physical. They allow some teams to not play physical at all. It's just, I think it's shit. I've enjoyed watching less games this season from that perspective, especially
Mhm.
big 6 games. Like I wanted to get up for this Spurs City game because they tend to be good games, but then that just ruins the experience because I don't see this game in the same light as I should.
It's a sour taste in the mouth. And then one more thing about that Brighton thing, just so I can get it off my chest, is that
Yep.
Everton's score in the 97-20.
It's a
So
good one
why is that time allotted? Because
because
they reviewed Matoma's goal and called it offsides when it wasn't offsides. So the time that they took and gave to the game to wrongfully call a goal offsides is what the other team uses to win the game. I think that is ridiculous.
yeah.
I'm at a boiling point. We've had this for almost 2 years, this podcast, and I've barely talked about the referees. And I think in the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I can no longer take it. It's just been bad all around the league. And I don't know what to say anymore.
Yeah,
To
it
like you
sucks.
were saying, the way when the referee dictates games, when they have a say on how the game goes, like it's terrible. The product is tainted.